Captain Kathryn Janeway is returning to Star Trek. Yes, you heard me right. Hello everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to Trek Central. Today we're jumping straight into the news, straight from New York Comic Con 2020, the Metaverse panel. Of course, Star Trek is down there, we had Discovery, Lower Decks, and finally, at the very end, we had a surprise announcement from studio head Alex Kurtzman and Dan and Kevin Hageman, who are currently overseeing Star Trek Prodigy. That's the new kids animated show that will be coming soon to Nickelodeon and also Viacom, CBS through Paramount Plus, etc. Before we do jump into today's news, make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. We'll be bringing you all the latest news with Star Trek Discovery starting next week, including our review of the Lower Deck season final tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that. Okay, so the news you're wondering. Well, Kate Mulgrew, famous for playing Captain Kathryn Janeway in Star Trek Voyager and the first female Star Trek captain, is returning to the Star Trek universe. She is joining the brand new series of Star Trek Prodigy. Of course, the news was revealed today during the Star Trek Universe panel at New York Comic Con, this being a virtual panel due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Kate Mulgrew basically came back to Star Trek, the franchise, and is playing a main and key character, aka Janeway, in Prodigy, the new animated series. She had this to say during the live panel. I've invested every scintilla of my being in Captain Janeway, and I can't wait to endow her of nuance that I never did before in Star Trek Prodigy. How fun to be able to introduce these young minds, an idea that was elevated for the world for decades. To be at the helm of again is going to be deeply gratifying in a new way for me. Also, the last time we saw Janeway in the Star Trek universe, she was actually an admiral and appeared in Star Trek Nemesis. Technically it's Admiral Janeway, though we all refer to her as Captain Janeway, as that's how we know her. Now, executive producer Alex Kurtzman, who's kind of the head of all things Star Trek, he had this to say. Captain Janeway was held to a different standard than her predecessors. She was asked to embody an inhuman level of perfection in order to be accepted as good enough by the doubters, but showed them all what it means to be truly outstanding. We can think of no better captain to inspire the next generation of dreamers on Nickelodeon than she. Ramsey Nato, president of Nickelodeon Animation, went on to further add to Alex Kurtzman's comment by saying, Kate's portrayal of Captain Janeway is truly iconic and has resonated with a global audience for many years. We can't wait to see her bring this character to life in a whole new way, while continuing to be an inspiration for new and loyal fans. Now, of course, Star Trek Prodigy is all about a group of lawless teenagers using an abandoned starship to search for adventure. Now, it appears Kate Mulgrew is going to be leading this cast as Captain Kathryn Janeway. So far, we don't know anything else about the actual crew or who it's going to include. We don't know anything about his kids, we don't know anything about the abandoned starship. I feel like that's a core thing to focus on. Myself and my live stream team were talking about this tonight. The starship for Star Trek Prodigy is going to be something important. But we also have to think, where is Janeway currently in her life right now? Is it going to be a situation like Picard, where she's retired, she no longer is in Starfleet, and perhaps she decides to help out his kids? Or maybe she's still an admiral and serving in Starfleet. However this is going to be, it's going to be pretty interesting. Of course, Star Trek Prodigy is an upcoming animated Star Trek series by Dan and Kevin Hageman. It's made for Nickelodeon as part of an expansion of the Star Trek franchise, and so far has some great people attached to it. Of course, the executive team all consists of Alex Kurtzman, Heather Cadian, Katie Krentz, Rod Roddenberry, Trevor Roth, Kevin Hageman, and of course Dan Hageman. A bunch of awesome writers and such have been added to it as well. They were all confirmed last year. The writers room, as I just mentioned, it was confirmed in July 2019. It includes Julie and Shauna Benson, Diana Pendleton Thompson, Chad Quant, Ann Waltz, Lisa Snoop Boyd, Nikhil Janaram, Aaron McNamara, and Keith Sweet. Star Trek author David Mack, who's well known for writing many books, is also serving as a consultant and advisor on the series. Along with astrophysicist Aaron McDonald, has also served as a consultant on the series after being hired as a general science advisor for the Star Trek franchise. It was also stated back in August 2020 that the writers were close to completing the work for the first 2 seasons of the series. It's very keen to notice that CBS and Secret Hideout at the minute are committing to the 2-season block when introducing new Star Trek shows. Lower Decks, the first new animated show in quite some time, has just completed its first season as of today. Star Trek Prodigy is already underway. Kate Mulgrew revealed during the live panel that she's already completed some voice work for the show as well, and she's loving the animatics they've made so far. The show's progressing on nicely as it is set to premiere in 2021. That's all the news I have for you on Star Trek Prodigy for today. Let me know what you think about Captain Janeway returning to our screens. I am 100% excited about having Kate Mulgrew back on our screens as Captain Kathryn Janeway, and I'm sure you are as well. That's it for me here on Trek Central. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. I, of course, have been Captain Jack, and I'll see you next time. Live long and prosper, my friends.